Hello everyone, welcome to IHE Indonesia 2020 Goes Online. My name is Haris and I'm going to be moderating this webinar. This webinar is going to be presented by Mr. Edward and Ms. Ineke as the representatives of IHE Delft. Please stay tuned until the end of this webinar because we will hold a question and answer session. If you have any questions about the presentation or anything related to the country's higher education, you can submit your questions in YouTube section anytime throughout the presentation. Now, without any further ado, please welcome the representative of IHE Delft, Mr. Edward and Ms. Ineke. Time is yours.
Hello. I hope I'm visible to everybody.
Yes.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this webinar of IHE Delft. I'll be presenting the next 30 minutes a presentation about our institute, followed by a Q&A together with my colleague Ineke. So my name is Edward. I'm the marketing officer of IHE Delft, and I'll guide you through my presentation. So I'll be sharing my screen now, and I hope the presentation is visible to everybody now. Okay. So IHE Delft. IHE Delft, the full name is IHE Delft Institute for Water Education. And we are the largest international graduate water education institute in the field of water in the world. So we confer fully accredited MSc and PhD degrees, and the institute also carries out numerous research and capacity development projects throughout the world. So IHE Delft came to life in 1957, and the institute has provided education to over 23,000 water professionals from over 190 countries. Kind of a nice thing to say is that of all the alumni we have, most the country that provided us with most alumni is Indonesia. We have over 1,500 alumni from Indonesia. So IHE Delft is located in Delft in the Netherlands. And we're about 1 hour by train away from Amsterdam, 2 hours by train from Brussels, and 3.5 hours by train from Paris. Also, London is nearby, and Germany and Belgium are our neighboring countries. So we can say we're in the heart of Europe. The mission of IHE Delft is we work in partnership to strengthen capacity in the water sector to achieve global sustainable development. And our mission is to work on capacity development and to make a tangible contribution to achieve all the sustainable development goals in which water is key. Education. So IHE offers a wide range of flexible, specialized educational programs. So we offer MSc programs, a PhD program, short and online courses. And what makes us very special is that all our programs are about water. And that makes us very unique in the world. So I'll focus my presentation on the MSc programs. Um, so at IHE, we offer 5 accredited Master of Science programs, and we offer within those programs 17 specializations. 3 of those specializations are so-called European Joint Master of Science programs, and they are conducted with other European universities. I'll tell a little bit more about them in a minute. So in this table, you can see, let me put on the laser pointer. In this table, you can see the number of students that enrolled last year, so 2019, in these programs. So that was in total 275 MSc students, of which most joined the Water Science and Engineering program. In this scheme, you can see the different programs and the different specializations. So I won't read out all of the specializations, but I'll tell you a little bit about each program. So we have a MSc program in environmental science, basically dealing with all aspects of environmental science, both the science, the technology, but also sometimes the planning and management aspects, depending on the specialization you choose. And for example, environmental science and technology, there's a lot of lab work involved. There's a bit more on the technology side than, for example, the planning and management specialization that is a blend of science, technology, but also planning and management aspects of environmental science. The program in urban water and sanitation deals with the treatment of water, of wastewater.
Mr. Edward,
Yes.
sorry for interrupting. Would you please make the presentation full screen, please? So it looks a little bit small from the 3 dots
Okay.
on the right.
Yes.
Yes, and then hide presenter view. No, on top. One more. Hide presenter view. Yes.
Okay, excellent.
Perfect. Sorry for interrupting.
That's okay. So I hope it's better now. I hope it's you can read all the letters now. So I was in the urban water and sanitation program. So dealing with wastewater treatment, with water supply, with all sanitary aspects of water. Also dealing with sewerage systems, centralized and not centralized, in these 3 different specializations. There is a new program on sanitation. This is a 1-year program that is focused on non-sewered sanitation. The program in water management and governance is, I can say, the least technical program of IHE, and it deals with management and governance aspects of water, and also involves economics, law, as well as social sciences. It's quite a broad program, and special in this program is that you can compose your own study trajectory. So you can also, together with the study advisor, opt for a program that is a blend between those management and governance aspects, as well as maybe some technical or scientific topics of water. The program in water science and engineering well, actually has two Erasmus Mundus specializations. Those are the ones I talked about earlier. Those specializations are jointly with other European universities, and in which you will study about 1 semester, so half a year, in each of these universities. For example, groundwater and global change, you will start in Lisbon in Portugal for 1 semester, then arrive at IHE Delft for 1 semester, and after that you will go to Dresden in Germany for the final semester. And then you choose one of these three universities to do the thesis research. So it's a 2-year program in total. Flood risk management has a similar setup, but with different universities. All the other specializations here are Delft-based, so that means they're 18 months, and the taught part will be in Delft. The research part can be in Delft or in another, for example, in Indonesia or in another country, depending on what kind of research you are about to do. And I can tell a little bit more about that in this scheme. So this is basically the setup time-wise of the programs. So we are now here, November 2020. This is 2021. So next year, and you'll see in October, the programs will start, 3rd week of October. Then the first year of the program is a taught part. So that runs from October 21 to October 22. In that taught part, basically you will have a batch of 3-week modules on the different topics within your specialization, as well as excursions and group work at the end of the taught part. Then also at the end of the taught part, you will prepare for your thesis research, and that will take another half a year, and that really depends on the topic you have chosen. It can be lab work, for example, at IHE Delft. It can also be field research in another country. But it all ends with writing the thesis at the end of the period and graduating sometime in April. So this is 18 months in total. The MSc program in sanitation, so that's the 5th MSc program, takes 1 year to complete. So it also starts next year in October, but here you will graduate in October. So it's a bit more concise, this program. Thesis research is about 3 months, I think. Top part is 9 months. So if you're interested in these programs, you should apply before the 1st of August next year, the latest. But we recommend everybody to start application as soon as possible, because most of the scholarship deadlines are in the beginning of next year. So for example, and I'll go one slide back, the 2 Erasmus Mundus programs I just mentioned, their deadline is in January 15. So that's quite soon. So if you're interested in one of those, you really have to start applying as of today, I would say. And other scholarship programs have deadlines in February, March, April. So it's really important to start applying now, collecting your information. I'll tell a little bit more about the various scholarship programs in a minute, as well as what you need in order to submit your application. So the entry requirements for our MSc programs are well, at least a bachelor degree in a related field, and that depends, of course, on the specialization. Examples of bachelor degrees are civil engineering, environmental science, the earth sciences, chemistry, agricultural engineering, but also you can have a background in social sciences, then most likely if you are if you have some kind of relation with water or water management or governance, you'll join the MSc program in water management and governance. Furthermore, you need a strong motivation to successfully complete the program. We find it really important that you write a good motivation letter. Then we appreciate relevant working experience. A lot of our students have worked in practice for a couple of years before they join our programs. But also, and I would say especially in the Erasmus Mundus programs, people come straight from university, but it's a blend. Some people have 1 year experience, others have 5, 6, 7 years of working experience. It's really a blend of different people with different working experiences. Well, then the English language is really important to have those scores also in time. So if you're not addressing that at the moment, you should really start soon. IELTS is 6.0, but we prefer 6.5. Or TOEFL internet-based test, 80 overall and more than 70 for writing. The TOEFL paper test, 65 overall and also more than 70 for writing. And all of this information is available in more detail, of course, on our website. As I mentioned before, last year 275 students joined our programs. Well, here you see from which places of the earth they came. Well, common denominator, I would say, is that most of our students come from the global south, and that makes us also quite special because all the water-related subjects we teach have a are about issues that are pressing issues in the global south. So that makes us quite specialized. So we are about water, and we are about water issues in the global south. What else? So the MSc programs, the tuition fee is about 22,500 euros for the full 18-month program. And the cost of living is approximately 1,000 euro per month. So that all totals for the whole MSc program to about 48,000 euros. Well, a lot of our students, they come supported with a scholarship. And luckily for Indonesia, there are a couple of scholarship opportunities. I mentioned Erasmus Mundus before. So the Erasmus Mundus scholarships are only for the 2 Erasmus Mundus programs. So this deadline is 15 January. They're quite high on demand. So we get a lot of applications for those programs. So you really have to, if you want to make a chance to get this scholarship, you really have to write an excellent motivation letter, and also your grades have to be really high and good. Furthermore, scholarships are issued by StuNet. That's a program run by Nuffic NASO in Indonesia. The Joint Japan World Bank Graduate Scholarship Program, and a program we run with Rotary International. All this information is available on our website. And these programs are have certain conditions. For example, StuNet is available for most of our programs, but the Joint Japan World Bank scholarship program is available, I think, for the water management and governance program, environmental science and technology program, and the MSc program in sanitation. Rotary International scholarships are available for all our programs except for environmental science. And then Erasmus Mundus is only available for the two Erasmus Mundus programs. But more information about this you'll find on the website. You can apply free of charge to our programs by going to the website, choose your specialization, and press the apply button, and that will take you to our application environment. People with who are interested in the Erasmus Mundus programs may apply for an Erasmus Mundus program, as well as another program that is fully Delft based. So you can apply for two programs. In all other cases, you can only apply for one program per year. Like I said, application deadline 1st of August, but most people start to apply now and submit their application within the next couple of months, depending on the scholarship they are interested in. Let's see. I have about 7 minutes before we go to the questions, so I'll speed up a little. Yeah, a little bit about the PhD program. IHE has currently about 100 PhD fellows enrolled in the PhD program. PhD program takes about 4 years to complete. In the future, we try to shorten that to 3 years, but now it's still 4 years. PhD fellows can be placed at IHE Delft, but also in the country of origin. That depends. I think it's right now it's about 50-50 maybe. Yeah, I think so. For example, PhDs that are based in Delft are doing a lot of lab work, or they don't necessarily have to be in their home country. The PhD degrees are awarded jointly with the Dutch university, and we collaborate mainly with the Delft University of Technology and Wageningen University, but also with University of Amsterdam and the University of Twente. And of course, it's logical that the more technical, the water science and engineering aspects are mainly with TU Delft. Same goes for Wageningen, but then with a more agricultural component. And the University of Amsterdam is a bit more on the social science side, so more of the water management and governance side of water. Because of our collaboration with these universities, the LPDP program of Indonesia may fund your PhD. That has happened to a number of our PhD fellows that either have graduated or are currently in the program. So go to the website to see the possibilities for this. Yeah, a little bit about our chair groups. So we have 13 chair groups on all different aspects of water, ranging from the urban water and sanitation subjects like water supply, to the management and governance aspects of water, as well as the more technical and hydraulic engineering side of things in the chair groups such as coastal systems and river basin development. Also interesting is the Hydroinformatics chair group. They deal with all kind of modeling and informatics tools, GIS tools, that can support water management. Well, in these chair groups basically cover a certain aspect of water. You see that in this scheme. If you're a PhD fellow, you are linked to a professor and thus linked to one of these chair groups. One example of someone from Indonesia, this is Sebrian. Sebrian started his PhD in 2018 at the Coastal Systems Engineering chair group. Well, his PhD is on mangrove mudflat dynamics. So basically he's studying the interface between a mangrove and the mudflats near the coastline. He's working a lot on with models. So these are hydrological modeling software. He is funded by the LPDP program. He has a master degree. That's his background from the Brawijaya University in Malang. And currently he's also there a lecturer. So he's doing his PhD from Indonesia. Well, with 2 minutes left, I can say a few things about short and online courses. So we have a lot of short courses. We offer each year about 80 of them, or 70, I should say. They are 3-week short courses, mainly conducted throughout the year. And they take place in Delft, but also we have courses that are online, and every year we add more of those courses to our curriculum. These online courses are online, of course, and you can just enroll without having to travel. We also conduct 1-week summer courses in July. Well, all of this information is available on our website, of course. On the website, you will also find open courseware. That's basically a glimpse into the education we give on a lot of different topics. They're free of charge. You can just download course material and see recorded lectures to get an idea of what we teach, and also to actually start learning. You can access it straight away, and the only thing you have to do is to register, and then you have access to this open courseware. Alumni network. Well, alumni are coming from all parts of the world. We're a real international institute. Employment, yeah. So basically, a lot of our alumni work at either academia, governments, but also increasingly in private sector organizations, international organizations, and NGOs. For example, in Indonesia, the International Port Corporation has a lot of our graduates who are active there, but also the Ministry of Public Works has a lot of our graduates who are addressing currently pressing water issues. But also at academia, for example, at ITB, Bandung, Bogor, Surabaya, our graduates are teaching, for example. I have 1 minute left for some pictures. The beautiful city of Delft with the canals. It's well, really nice. It's a nice place, and our campus is located in the heart of Delft. So actually, on this canal, this is called the Oude Delft. Our building is located. We have a lovely garden. Picture of one of the classes. You can see it's like you can meet the whole world at IHE, people from a lot of different backgrounds and cultures. If you join our courses, you can, a lot of people do sports. We make use of the sports facilities of Delft University of Technology, and we have a number of events we organize every year. For example, the International Sports Day. This is a picture of the field work. So we try to get out of the institute with our students a lot to either do measurements or to visit water sector organizations. This is another picture of a field trip to France that usually takes place in the summer. At World Water Day, we always organize something with our students, or students organize themselves. And this is the concluding picture. This is the graduation after 1 year or 18 months. We have our graduation ceremony, and it's always very festive. With that, I'm going to close this presentation, and I'll stop sharing to answer some of your questions. I hope you have. Well, in case you have questions, you can ask them now, but you can also meet with us Friday or Saturday at the IHE fairs. Please also like us on Facebook or subscribe to our newsletter. You can do that by going to our website, and at the bottom you can subscribe to keep up to date with all our activities and scholarship opportunities. So again, thank you, and I hope there are a couple of questions Ineke and myself can answer.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Edward, for your presentation. What an interesting presentation about IHE Delft. There are several questions for you, so hope you can answer the question from the webinar participants.
Of course.
Okay,
and also I'm going to ask my colleague Ineke to join.
Okay, sure. Okay, so the first question is, can someone who does not have any background from science or field related to water or engineering to apply to IHE Delft University? If yes, then what kind of requirements needed for them to apply for international students?
I'm going to ask Ineke to answer.
Yeah, that depends on the program you are applying for. And like Edward already told, for the master program in water management and governance, then you do not really need science or technical background. But it's good, of course, that you check the master programs at the website and see if you find it an interesting program. And there you see the admission requirements. And if you do not have the science or engineering background and have a strong motivation, then you can also apply.
Okay, so basically there is no compulsory requirements for you to have like a science background or engineering background in order to apply for master program.
Yeah, of course, applying, everybody can apply. It's free. We do not charge an application fee, but yeah, if you apply for an engineering program, then you will not be admitted. So it depends on the type of program you're applying for and your interest.
So maybe the future international students can check directly to the website and what kind of requirements needed for them to join the university.
Yes, indeed. Yeah.
All right. Okay, next questions. Do you have special programs or programs for dam engineering or dam management? I know it's a very specific program, but do you have that kind of program?
I think
Like
then the most
dam management?
closest is water science and engineering and hydraulic engineering and river basin development. I think this program, if someone is interested with dams, then yeah, at least maybe in fact check all the specializations of the water science and engineering program, and then you read more about it.
Okay. Okay, next questions. We can see that the IHE Delft have like UNESCO logo on it. Is it related, or can we like work to UNESCO after we graduate from IHE Delft, or do you have like connections or something like that from your from the university to UNESCO?
You want me to answer, Ineke?
Yeah,
Or
that's fine. Yeah.
well, IHE is a so-called Category 2 UNESCO Institute, and that means that we are a Dutch foundation, but we are linked to UNESCO. So yeah, it's a bit hard to in a nutshell to explain the relation, but we in our projects we work closely with the International Hydrological Program of UNESCO. For example, on gathering hydrological data or to deal with transboundary waters. And also we work with a lot of UN-related organizations in these projects. So it happens that people who join our programs, for example, in the research phase, join one of these projects, and then somehow find their way after graduation to one of these programs. So that's very well possible. I would say it's not only limited to UNESCO, but also to the UNEP, UNICEF. We also work with the World Bank, and some of our graduates, they find employment indeed in these international organizations or programs run by these organizations.
Okay, thank you very much. Very well noted. And the last questions, do you have any quick advice or tips for any upcoming international students from Indonesia who would like to apply for IHE Delft? Yeah, kind of tips or tricks or advice for them who would like to join.
Yeah, it's important to go through the programs to see which program interests you most, because it's often noted that people apply for a program and then you think, yeah, you could better apply for another one, and then prepare carefully your application. So several documents are required. So read carefully what documents are required and pay attention for it, and also apply in time. If you want to apply for a scholarship, then the scholarship deadlines are usually very early in the year, so time is required to collect your recommendation letters. So yeah, that's an advice I could give.
Okay, so we have to apply very carefully, and we have to take a look for all matters that needed to apply for the university and prepare everything, right?
Yes, indeed. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much for Mr. Edward and Mrs. Ineke for your time and also presentations. We do hope that we can meet you again during our virtual fair on Friday and Saturday. So everyone, the participant of this webinar, please do not forget to join us on Friday and Saturday during our virtual fair so you can have more information regarding universities that you would like to join. You can get more information, and also you can contact directly to IHE Delft or any university that you are interested on. So thank you very much for Mr. Edward and also
Thank
Ms.
you.
Sinica for your time.
Thank you.
Take care, and I do hope that this pandemic will be over so we can have our normal life back soon. Thank you very much and see you. Take
Welcome.
care.
Bye bye.
Bye.